One, two, alto. Aaron Agra on alto, Nate Crawford back on trumpet, Dan Hawthorne here on tenor. I wish I knew more about PAs because it sounds kind of boomy in the wrong frequency.
So can I yell at you? Yes. Is that okay? Yes. Might be easier on the ears. We'll just say that for the horn. So that was a little minor blues by Willie Maiden, arranged by Dave Bardem. And we're going to actually spend the evening just kind of sharing with you what we're working on. So, if you couldn't tell, that first one, we're working on blues changes. And I probably could have asked just about anybody in the band to stand up and play some minor blues, which I totally sprung that on Dan right there. We're all working on soloing and working on blues progressions. So we'll hopefully share some more blues with you as we go through the evening. We're also working on a groove, establishing a groove. So hopefully it make you want to move in your seat just a little bit. And we're also working on a little bit of visual energy up here. So if you don't see a band member doing something with their body as they're playing, they're in violation of jazz code. So we're working on that. And we're going to do a little quicker one that I'm sure you'll recognize. It don't mean a. Alto, Nathan Crawford on trumpet, Lily Clark on piano, Matt Gilchrist back here on the We're going to slow things down with one. It was made famous numerous times, but probably the most famous recording of this is with Frank Sinatra singing with the Count Basie Big Band. This is arranged by Count Basie arranger Sammy Nestico, and it won't feature any vocals, but feel free to sing along. What other big bands I mentioned Count Basie just a few minutes ago. What other big bands do you have in your memory banks? Tommy Dorsey. Benny Goodman. Duke Ellington.
Willie Herman.
Herman. Awesome. Artie Shaw. All right.
Big Bad Boom Daddy.
Big Bad Daddy. Yeah. Modern times, not quite big band, but yeah, absolutely.
Slim Gaylord.
Who?
Slim Gaylord.
Slim. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Okay. Charlie Parker. Yeah. So definitely some well-educated big band people here. This is awesome. We're gonna do this next tune. Was made famous by a big band drummer. Anybody name a big band drummer? I thought for sure we'd hear Gene Krupa, but this is a little more modern. He actually helped bring big band from when it was popular music in the 30s and the 40s. He kept it going. 60s, 70s. He toured all the way through into the 80s. A real taskmaster of a drummer, famous for his temper and driving attitude. And his name is Buddy Rich. So we'll play a tune made famous by Buddy Rich called Groovin' Around. guys stand up. Barry, Matthew Rossmiller. David Pitt. Lead alto. Okay, Aaron. Second alto, Maggie Crawford. Lead tenor over here, Mr. Dan Crawford. So working on soloing, grooving, all the good stuff that jazz has to offer, but probably one of the greatest assets of jazz, of course, is creativity. So you know my little joke about in violation of the jazz code. Of course, there aren't any rules. There is no law set forth for jazz. So we're trying to learn as many rules as possible so that we can quickly forget them and hopefully be creative. So one of the projects that we're working on is arranging our own tunes. We're going to take somebody else's music and arrange it for our band in the style that we would like. And hopefully by spring, when we have another concert with Just Jazz Band, we'll have some original compositions for big band by band members. So our first project was as quick as writing down a sketch. Every single band member submitted a sketch of a tune based on an Eddie Harris tune called Freedom Jazz Dance. And we had lots of creativity coming out, and I picked one to kind of work on. We worked on it yesterday and this morning just a little bit. And so we're going to share with you Matthew Rossmiller's arrangement of Freedom Jazz Dance. We'd like to demonstrate first just the head chart as basically recorded by Miles Davis. So this is just kind of the straight ahead groove that is normally associated with Freedom Jazz Dance. All the rhythms together. We're going to take the head portion of that, the melody portion of that, and we were supposed to come up with a feel of our own and break up the head possibly in forms of creativity. There weren't any rules or regulations stipulated. Just come up with your own idea for creating a tune. So this is Matthew's. I'll just give a quick reminder on the head. just had people making up backgrounds tonight. I heard some new stuff tonight right here on the stage. That was nice. And of course, we're all kicking ourselves right now because the last 4 measures of Freedom Jazz Dance is a bear of a lick to get down. And so we got to spend some time in the woodshed, get that guy under our fingers at that tempo. So we were planning on playing a little slower than that, but we get what you got. So nice job, man. Creativity. And technique. tuno, and Matt Gilchrist on drums. So somebody mentioned Ellington a little bit earlier. We're going to bless you with a Billy Strayhorn tune written for the Ellington Band. It's an arrangement. I'm not sure who did this arrangement. Mark Taylor. More modern arrangement of a great tune, Take the A Tune. Part of the reason this guy looks so tired right now, not only because we, are only able to rehearse maybe about 40 minutes when we get together every day, but also because we're getting together, as all the family members are chuckling, but we get together at 6:50 in the morning, and so these guys have been up in the band room since 6:45 this morning. So they're pulling a convenient, close to 15-hour day here, and doing well. How's it feel? All right, so we're gonna share one more with you. And we haven't rehearsed a whole lot, but we've been working on changes on this guy, and it's a really fun tune. Jaco Pastorius, great bass player, made this one famous. So our last one of the evening, entitled Chicken.
So we started out with Nate Crawford on trumpet back there. Dan Hawthorne on tenor. Maggie Crawford on alto. David Pitt on tenor. And Mac Gilchrist back here on tenor. Oh, I completely missed Seth. How could I forget that? Seth Garrett on trombone. So,
While they're smiling at you and making you feel welcome and comforted, I need to let you know that our next public gig is going to be Saturday, December 11th. We'll be doing a big band fundraiser for the Buddy DeFranco Jazz Festival, as well as our own trip to the Honolulu Festival coming up this spring. But on Saturday, December 11th, we'll be setting up a big band dance up in the gymnasium, and we'll have ourselves, at least Jazz 1, maybe Jazz 2, and a couple other bands that are still in the works. So please come join us on December 11th. We'll have some new tunes for you, as well as check the Hellgate Band website for more concerts in December. Thank you so much for coming. One more round of applause.